sighted a herd of whales abeam of us, more than half-mile away. They first looked like logs floating in the distance until we saw them blow. Our identification books told us that sperm whales are the only ones that have a characteristic blow that shoots up at an angle, and that it is the largest toothed whale in the world. We all started speculating about what might happen if we were lying right in their path. Would they ram our boat and sink us like we'd read about in books? While we considered these unpleasant possibilities, we were suddenly aware that they were swimming directly towards the boat. We knew that they had seen us because there was nothing else on the horizon. We got into an excited argument about whether we should turn on the engine and get out of there fast, or if the noise might deter them from approaching too closely. Before we resolved it, the first two came alongside. They appeared to be about 45 or 50 feet long compared to our boat's length of 32 feet. I was acutely aware of their massiveness and their weight of about 30 tons, while our little boat weighed only 5 tons. The part of the back that you see from the head to the dorsal hump is about 25 feet long, slightly more than half its body length. The girth, or middle part of the body, appeared to be about 7 or maybe 8 feet in diameter. They slowly gathered round the boat while we counted 11 or 12 of them, and several came within 6 feet of the hull. As one swam under the boat, I became aware that we were all whispering to one another. And we could see the long, narrow jaw. From 8 feet away, this full-grown sperm whale and I were making eye contact. I could actually see his eyes staring up at me. We were terrified when Ron decided to go in the water with them. After it was over, I later asked Ron how he felt right at this moment.
You know, as I climbed down into the water, the temperature was very comfortable, and I could see 4 or 5 of them right there on the boat, but they were very, very large, and instead of being all horizontal to the water, I looked and some of them were perpendicular, some of them were sort of on the side. I went a little closer to one of them, and it must have been about 8 or 10 feet away, and I didn't want to get any too close, but the eyes of it, you know, I was really attracted to looking at. The whale was making eye contact with me. And I felt totally at peace, you know, like if it was someone I knew. So, you know, at that point, I just looked at the whale and I just had a real experience of love. There's a beautiful living being, a living creature right there.
From the way they studied us, I sensed they were curious and not aggressive, as if they were thinking, so this is what humans look like up close. For me, that moment was one of the high points of my entire life. They left the 3 of us very different human beings than we had been an hour earlier. Nearing Cocos Island, I began